graphic. Live.
There we go.
Man, look at Sean.
Hey, official, man.
Yeah. Got some serious graphics going there.
The microphone is the TV behind him, his shirt on.
Man, look at Sean. Yeah, you like that?
Hey.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Alrighty. Is mine reading right or wrong? Is mine
Jimmy,
reading?
you're waiting on
No, it's perfect.
Diresta at the airport. The microphone is the TV behind him, his shirt on.
Man, look at Sean. Yeah, you like that?
Hey.
Somebody needs to pause their video.
Alrighty. Is mine reading right or wrong?
Alrighty.
That's right.
Sean Stone.
I got it. I got it.
Your,
You got it. I'm
Pause their video.
Let's,
Is that better?
all right, Eric.
Alrighty.
Where's your notes?
Right?
At the airport.
What?
Shirt on.
Hey, you like that?
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Somebody needs to pause their video.
Alrighty. Is mine reading right or wrong? Alright. Right.
Sean Stone.
I got it. I got it. I've got mine done.
I'm muted.
He's like, hey, me.
Sorry. Alright. Is this working now? Jimmy, are you trying to get Sean's kind of thing going on there with the whole Diresta?
Yeah.
Right?
We're live.
What? Are we live?
I'm live.
L-I-V-E.
I keep hearing the same conversation over and over. I feel like I'm in a
Yeah.
both
Like in a loop here.
Yeah.
Twilight Zone.
Nick, help.
Somebody doesn't have the live, watch, pause.
Who's watching the live on their YouTube?
I'm on my phone.
Mine's muted.
Jimmy, are you trying to get Sean's kind of thing
As
going
long
on
as it's paused and muted, you're okay, right?
there?
We're live. I'm live.
L-I-V-E.
Welcome to the technically challenged Google Hangout.
Yeah, yes it is. There we go. Alright, I see it up.
I think I heard Carmichael say we're live like 4 times.
Yeah.
We're live.
It's been live for like 10 minutes.
Are we saying the same thing over and over, or is it playing back, or both?
Are we saying the same thing over and over, or is it saying
I think
We're
it's
live.
both. All right, Eric. It's your show, man.
Alrighty, so here we go, guys. As you can tell, we got us a full room. We got some new YouTubers here, and we got some more well-known YouTubers. There we go. Alright, I see it up.
I think I heard Carmichael.
Yeah.
We're live.
It's been live for like 10 minutes.
Are we saying the same thing over and over, or is it playing back, or both?
Are we saying the same thing over and over, or is it saying
Oh my goodness.
This thing is going crazy.
Twilight Zone. Your show, man.
real quick, whoever's watching, make sure that the watching portion is either paused, muted, or both, or shut it down.
YouTubers here. We got some more well-known YouTubers. There we go.
Got that, guys?
Everybody got theirs turned off? What?
Does
Are we
everybody
saying
have
the
their
same thing
YouTube?
over and over?
I feel like we're doing the same thing over and over.
I think we're live.
We are.
I don't even have the YouTube chat up, so.
This is gonna be a good playback.
All right. Try it again, Eric.
Alrighty. So as y'all can see, we got us some new YouTubers, and we got us some more well-known YouTubers here, or video woodworkers. We got Jimmy Diresta in here with us. We have Nick Ferry. We got Sean Stone, and we got Steve Carmichael. We also got
And me,
new ones.
Mike Kapotsy.
Yeah, we got Mike Kapotsy in here too. The newer ones, we got Julian with 5x30. We got Nick Mazzeo with Make It Mazzeo, and Jotooljunkie. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it off. My name's Eric Deemer. I go by Deemer. That's what everyone knows me by. My shop name is Deemer Designs. I'm 27.
Uh-oh. Who's got
Mute that? Mute it. Whoever did that, mute it.
Got it. My bad.
You're banned from the chat.
All right.
Everybody vote.
All right, Eric, pick it back up. Sorry.
All right. I'm 27. I've been woodworking for going on almost 3 years now. What got me started into woodworking was actually Jimmy Diresta. I watched one of his videos and decided I'd go ahead and give it a try.
Oh, cool, man. I'm glad that worked.
Yeah. And it was actually the reason why I started doing YouTube videos too.
Oh, terrific, man. That's so good to hear. Do you remember what was the first video of mine that you saw?
It was that the desk, the metal with the wooden desk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one I've ever seen, and it got me started.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah, made that as a reception desk for that's in the Sweet and Low plant in Brooklyn, the company that makes Sweet and Low.
How are you finding the woodworking journey? Are you enjoying it?
I'm loving it. It's going good so far. As my wife says, I'm getting better with every project, so I guess it's going good.
You are getting better.
Thank you. And pretty much everyone in this room inspires me to do what I do, along with my wife. And channel, I, get a bigger viewer list and put out some more videos. Trying to. It's hard with working, but I'm gonna get to it. Alrighty, Julian.
Yes, sir.
Turn it over to you.
I'm Julian. 5x30 woodworking. Don't know really what to say about it. I got the name because of the spot I was actually working in was on a deck in uptown Dallas that was literally 5 feet when you walked out the door by 30 feet long. And that's where I started with a handsaw, a square, and I don't even know what else it was, a drill. And that's basically where I started. Grew up doing woodworking with my father. We have woodworking and welding in our family, and just learned to deal with reclaimed wood and just fell in love with building things. I just love building things, and if I could find a piece of ugly wood, I love turning it into something that's beautiful. That's basically what drives me. Jimmy, you've been a big as well. You've been a big part of it too. You, Mike from I Like to Build Stuff, Steve Ramsey, Peter Brown. You guys were some of the first ones. Oh, April Wilkerson. You
Cool,
guys were
man.
some of the first videos I've watched, and just when I come home from work, I have to watch a couple videos just to get me, not to get me in like tune, but I guess pumped up. I guess is what you want to call it.
Sure.
As soon as I get home, I try to get out in my shop. It's not much bigger technically. I guess it's just as small pretty much as what I was building on, but I've grown in the way I'm building things. I'm going to be starting a new video tomorrow, and it's going to be on building a shed door. It's nothing big, but I've only got 2 videos out now. This one's going to be a little bit better, hopefully. I'm learning as I go. Mike's been a big help in that. He's helped me figure out what to do and what not to do. He's given me directions too. But that's hopefully where I'm going with that. Is just to build things. I like to build things. Why not?
Awesome.
I don't know what to tell you. Mike, I'll just pass it on to you then.
All right, guys. Well, hey, my name is Mike Kapotsy. I'm a engineer by day and a hobbyist woodworker by night. I've been kind of grew up around woodworking. My dad was a woodworker when I was young, and spent a lot of time out in his shop. And I guess about 2003 is when I really started getting into building things for myself primarily, for our home, and just kind of growing my tools. My father had a stroke, and I kind of inherited a lot of his tools, and just kind of kept adding to them. And I don't know. I've been watching a lot of guys on YouTube. Kind of started with, of course, Jay Bates and Mark Spagnolo. I've only recently tuned into a lot of the guys that are actually on this panel. Only in the last year that I really get kind of tuned into a lot of the woodworking community on YouTube. And I guess about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, I thought, well, I'm at a new house. I got a new shop. Started setting things up for it, and just been having fun with it. I don't plan to do this full time, but I'm just enjoying it. Learning lots of new people. Looking forward to Atlanta, meeting everybody.
Right on. It's going to be a lot of people in Atlanta. It's going to be great.
Wish I could get down to Atlanta.
Right?
So I'll hand it off to Nick.
Hey guys, my name is Nick Mazzeo. I make it Mazzeo, and I know it's hard for most people to pronounce. I'm 25. I'm about to be 25, and I started woodworking seriously about 3 years ago. But I've been doing it for what feels like since I was real young. My mom's always kind of paid me here and there for little things that I've built around the house to fix up the house. I've had to build stairs here and there and things like that. And I started really woodworking when I was introduced to when I started looking at YouTube. I was watching HGTV channel shows every day, all day long, and then I started looking at YouTube more. I saw a bunch of Steve Ramsey's old stuff and Jimmy Diresta, huge inspiration.
Thank you.
Jimmy, if you haven't noticed, you're big to us.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, thank you. I appreciate it.
I saw what was it? The desk he built out of the car parts first.
Oh yeah, that was a table base. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I started watching all the old stuff, the entire TV shows and everything. So the Birdhouse and all that. That was great. And so I started watching all that, and at work I've always just kind of kept YouTube on in the background while I'm working, sneaking here and there, and just retaining any information I can. And then more recently, I watched more like vlogs and things like that, and people who are truly trying to inspire. And Jimmy and you guys on the podcast, the Making It podcast.
Oh, cool, man. Thank you.
Everyone who inspires you to like get out of your shop and just start just film anything, you know. So that's what I started doing, and I fell in love with editing and things like that. And now I like to edit in like Neo Welder style and Jocko style, and that's all been really inspirational.
Awesome. That sounds great, man. That's so cool.
All right, who can I pass it off to? Joe?
What's up, I'm Joe. Joe Walters. Joe Basement Woodworking. I go on YouTube by. Started the woodworking thing by about 3 years ago. My wife needed a table in the basement to fold laundry on. She was complaining about the towels building up. So I built that, and needless to say, I went on YouTube for it, to how to build a workbench, and Steve Ramsey popped up, and how to make a workbench for $20 or something like that it was. So
Yeah.
I watched that, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go get my dad's circ saw and drill, and fell in love with it ever since then. And then just, I kept watching Steve's videos on like a every other day basis. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I'm a veteran from the Army, got medically discharged. So, stay-at-home dad. Nothing else really better to do. So, and then just kind of went from there. And it's more of like an addiction now.
That's great.
Now the wife kind of hates it, you know, but Jimmy Diresta is an inspiration, you know, Nick Ferry, like all these guys on here, you know, it's a great community, you know. People are real supportive in what you do, and, you know, you get your trolls here and there, but, you know, you just delete them, stay away from them, but everybody on the panel here is good people.
As long as you make them feel love, man.
Yep.
That's right.
And it keeps me out of trouble. So, yep, that's my story.
What city is everybody from?
I'm just outside Buffalo, New York.
Oh, right on. You're a New Yorker, like me.
Yeah.
I'm down in Crispy, Florida.
In Texas.
Wait, who's in Florida?
Right here.
Mike
Oh,
is.
right on. And who's in Texas?
I'm in Waco, Texas. That's where I'm at right now.
Waco.
Waco.
Yes, sir. Waco, Texas.
Right on.
That's Southern accent. I'm from Texas. That's where my company started, but I'm living in Baltimore now. So.
And I'm in Central Jersey.
Oh, cool. What city in Central Jersey?
It's Somerset, but it's close to like New Brunswick, that area.
Sure. Right on. It's just so funny. You never know. You know, you might meet somebody and you realize they're from Mississippi, and that's.
That'd be me.
Sean?
That is one thing I like about the woodworking group is that you could be talking to somebody in California and still have the same issues, or they might have a different way of doing things, and somebody up in New York, and
it's made the world so small in a really good way.
It
It's
has.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like I asked a couple of the guys earlier today about my project tomorrow, about the doors, about certain things, and they come out and talked to me, told me positives and negatives about things I'm doing, and it's a good thing to have that kind of community when you're building things. So.
Yeah, I've become very good friends with people that I haven't met, and there's no foreseeable future. Which, well, I may never meet them, but we've become really good friends over line. Amazing.
Yeah.
So Eric, I think you got some questions lined up.
Who's got what?
All right. What we got going on?
Passing it on to whoever's next. Still doing the intros?
Yeah.
Either.
I think he was going to start talking about what everybody's got going on in their shop.
Yeah, or we can go to either Jimmy, Nick, or Sean or Steve if they want to talk about themselves.
Why don't we go with Jimmy, since we know he's not going to be on much tonight. We know you got a long day tomorrow. We really appreciate you showing up, man.
Oh, sure, guys. No, it's always nice meeting new people in the community, and Thank you for asking me to be involved. And I'm going to meet everybody in person, right? In Atlanta, everyone's going to be there.
Yeah.
Mostly
One
everybody,
day.
right?
One day.
I'm already here.
Want to pick me up and give me a ride?
Of course.
Yeah, we're all staying at Steve's place.
Yeah, come on
You're
over.
a stronghold. You're picking a place to hang out. I know that.
Everybody can stay here on my wife's side of the garage with me.
Jimmy, when I meet you, the first beer is on me.
Who's that?
I said, first day I meet you, first beer's on me.
Oh, right on, brother. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been working in my shop all day long. I just finished a movie. I made a sign. Anybody using American Green Lights? Anybody working with them?
No, but I saw the sign earlier.
Yeah, they sent me a bunch of lights, and then they asked me if I'd make a sign. I said, sure, because I knew it would make a good video. And so, you know, talk about trolls. All the trolls are going to be saying lately is, all you do is make signs. You're not like you used to. So I'm putting out like 5 sign videos in a row because they're all like real paid jobs, so they just keep showing up. You know, it's like when...
Whatever, you got paid.
Yeah, so, you know, it's just funny that, like, all of a sudden I'm going to have, like, 5 sign videos in a row on my channel. I keep trying to, like, jump in a weapon or something I can kill somebody with, but...
Shame on you for wanting to make a living.
Wait, what?
I said shame on you for wanting to make a living with paid work.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's like, I understand you got to work, but you have to keep making signs. I mean, that's going to be the troll. That's what I'm going to say.
First of all, with the signs that you've made, do they not know that you could kill somebody with those signs?
I was gonna say the same thing. That 999, the 999.
Yeah.
You could kill somebody easily with that.
Yeah, that plate weighs about 40 pounds alone. Just the plate.
Right.
That's ½ thick, and that was a scrap plate. I just got it that way when these guys gave me this gig, and the way that gig came about, they just said they want to do a promotion. They said just think of just make anything. Because they had seen the sawhorses and stuff, and they're like, we love everything you've been doing in metal, so come up with something, anything. And I said, I'll sketch up an idea. I said, you know what, I'll make a sign that just says the sale price. And he goes, whatever you want to do. And so I knew I wanted to use that Tomahawk plasma cutter, and I had that ½ plate, so it was the first time I used it. It was great. It was a lot of fun. And
I do have to ask one thing that I know most of the guys know I have to ask this. Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can't make? I mean, you put your hands on something and it's done. It's amazing.
My standard joke answer is the only thing I can't make is money. Besides that,
that's because you're in New York. Go to Dallas and go to Texas. You can make a lot of money.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. No, I've had so many failed ventures. You know, I should have been a millionaire 50 times. And I'm still just a struggling average Joe, just trying to make a living. And that's why after all my failed attempts on TV, I just said, screw it. YouTube is where it's at for me because there's nobody to collaborate with. And if it,
which I did watch. I fell asleep watching your channel, and somehow I woke up to your I guess it was HGTV or some kind of video that you were on TV, and I was like, wait, that's Jimmy, but that's a TV show. What is this? I was like, why did I not know of this?
Yeah, I've done a few TV shows in my time. I've done actually 5 different TV shows, 4 of which I helped create, 1 of which I was on quite a bit, which was I forgot the name of it, Blog Cabin. I was on Blog Cabin like 6 or 7 times. And then a couple of my shows, one show like no one's ever even seen it, called Against the Grain. It was such a hokey show. Yeah, the last show I did. The last show I did was Dirty Money, which was a lot of fun, but it was such a letdown because the network basically canceled it before it even aired because the whole team changed internally, and that's when I said, you know, the next time a network is going to think about dropping a show, they're going to have to explain it to my audience, and the only way to get an audience is to go to YouTube.
Nah.
We're
here for you. We're here for you.
Thank you.
Who's got a TV on in the background?
That's probably my wife. Give me a second.
That damn Yankee.
Always blaming it on the wife.
You have TV turn it off so we can hear. Yeah.
Gotta mute
I always got to throw somebody else.
What about you, Nick?
I've been woodworking for a little over 20 years. Got started really young. Just I was always fascinated by how things work, but then also that at the end of the day you could end up with something that people would want. You can start out with basically a tree and end up with something. But I mean I've done metalworking, welding. In fact, I was just talking to Jimmy this morning. I went to Miller Electric to see if they wanted to work together on something, but. All sorts of styrofoam, pneumatics. I mean, pretty much anything that piques my interest.
Hey, I don't know if it was in this chat or in the last one on Izzy's, but I saw somebody ask the question, did you plan that meeting or that visit down to Jay's, or did you just show up at his house and say, hey, I'm here?
Yeah.
No, that we planned. I've been friends with Jay for almost 2 years, I want to say. And he's just a really good dude, and I've never been to Mississippi, and figured we'd work together. And sounds like he'll be coming up to visit me in Green Bay this fall or summer.
So when you
That'd be awesome.
moving down here?
What's that?
When you moving down here?
It's way too humid during the summer to move down.
Yeah. No, it's just hot. Period.
Yeah.
Well, it's just humid. It's not hot. It's humid.
We get like -30 wind chill here once in a while, so that's pretty cold.
Yeah.
Man.
No, it's just fascinating to make stuff. I mean, I think we all have that same set of brain cells that say, hey, you gotta create with your hands and end up with some cool stuff.
Right. So you still actually have a regular job though as well?
Yeah, I got a day job. I don't like it. I've said that in a video 2 or 3 times.
What do you do, Nick? I didn't know you had a day job, Nick. What do you do?
I didn't know either.
I work in the glass industry, and it's a pain.
Pain in the glass.
Dum-dum.
Oh man, I must crack you guys up.
Yeah.
No, but I don't like the people that I have to deal with. Is really they're not nice, and I'm typically a jovial, kind of happy-go-lucky kind of guy, and I just don't be a dink. But,
do they watch you on YouTube? Because I got to be careful sometimes with the things I say on YouTube, because then people go, "Were you talking about me?"
That's the problem about being a big star.
I try to be vague about I don't think I've mentioned my in-laws or anything like that yet.
Speaking of in-laws, so if you guys have watched any videos on my channel, I kind of followed suit with Sean and went up to meet Steve Carmichael. Of course, I made the mistake of calling him Steve Ramsey in my video, and I never even caught on to it. But interesting thing is Steve's in-laws used to live not 20 minutes from here, and they actually moved up there, I guess, and lived next door. Is that right, Steve?
That's right. They're next door over.
So he used
comes
to
in real handy.
vacation down here.
Yeah. We used to go down to Fort Walton Beach and Destin, in that area, on vacation.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful area. A lot of people come down here to vacation. I think I'm like about 30 minutes from the Gulf Coast, and I rarely get down there. I don't get down there enough. So it goes.
You're not old enough, Mike.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, so tell us how you kind of got into woodworking. I know you told me when I visited, but...
All right. Well, I started when I was young. My father, he was a mechanical engineer. He worked for Westinghouse Elevator, and he always had tools around. He did welding and woodworking and worked on cars. Anything that went wrong with a car, he could fix it. And actually, my first car was a '78 Ford Pinto station wagon.
That's cool.
Nice.
It was white with the paneling on the side, the wood paneling.
Woody wagon.
I wrecked it when I was like 15, and they towed it to the junkyard, and my dad actually went there, got the engine out of it, took it back home, and he was going to make a sawmill with the engine. And he never did it, but the engine is still sitting there where he left it in the garage. So
That's awesome.
You know what that means? It means you got to go back and just make something with it.
yeah, we have to do something with it. It's just taking up space. But yeah, he always had tools around, so I grew up around tools and started out making things like coat racks and little shelves you put on the wall and stuff like that. And then when I got older, I started needing things like speaker stands or desk, or I would get a dog and I would need to make a kennel for it. So I got into making things instead of buying stuff.
Yep.
And then eventually, fast forward to 2012, that's when I decided to start making YouTube videos after seeing, Steve Ramsey, Mark Spagnuolo, Matt Vanderlist, those guys on YouTube. I thought that was like fun, so I just started making videos with whatever camera I had at the time. And that's one thing I want to tell Mike. Your videos start out from the beginning. They're great. I go back and look at my older videos from 4 years ago, and just the camera I was using. It's like, I wish I had a better camera back then. So anybody new starting up, start with whatever camera you have, but if you can, start with a good quality one, because 4 years later you'll be like, I wish I had used something better to film that video that had me and my daughter in it when she was 9 years old or something. But one thing I did discover with making videos is that I like making short projects, projects I can do quickly. If it's going to be a project that takes weeks or months to do, I just lose interest. So that's mainly what I focus on my channel. Or I have a full-time job too, so I only do this at night and on the weekends. So I have to do projects I can finish in hours instead of a week or 2 weeks. So.
I'm with you, Steve. I don't like waiting.
Yeah.
I have to do it.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes I have like a video blackout. It's because I'm working on a bunch of long videos.
Yeah.
Well, my first video is it's something that should really take 26 minutes, and the video is 26 minutes. But, I completely agree with you, Steve. I have to do something real quick. I don't like waiting on making things that's going to take 2 months, and I know that's something I have to work on as a woodworker. But it's slowly but surely getting there.
Carter Wilson Workshop wanted to know what you did for a living.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm an IT business analyst at a printing and publishing company that does real estate magazines that you might see out in racks around town. We have the magazines throughout the country and Canada. But I basically test our websites and stuff, and I've been there 22 years at my full-time job, and I've seen the industry change a lot with the printing and publishing. It's really slowed down a lot, actually. So with real estate advertising, the online, we're trying to pick that back up and get it to kind of that area, shifting from mostly print to online, but print is still valid for the real estate market. Everybody wants to go out and pick up a magazine, look for an agent. But that's what I do, testing our websites and stuff. So.
You hear about that a lot in the woodworking community, that their day jobs are IT or programming or nothing tangible. So you sit there for 8 hours and you write code or you do whatever. So a lot of guys like going back to their shops and make something physical that that can exist, rather than I wrote a bunch of code today. It's in some cloud somewhere.
Yeah, that definitely hits home for me. Is when I've been sitting at a desk all day. It's nice to come home and turn on the lathe and make a pen, or just make something that I can give to somebody, or something that I need around the house. So yeah, I just like making things with my hands, and I really like making stuff out of wood. Taking something that used to be a tree and turning it into something else.
Like
I've tried turning acrylic pens and working with other materials like those clear acrylic LED signs and stuff, but it just doesn't have the same kind of feel for me as working with lumber does. So.
That's my favorite line too. If you build something real nice and you're trying to sell it, and somebody's like, "Oh, that's a little overpriced," but hey, it's not like these things grow on trees.
That sounds like a big Ferry line right there.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite. I work with my hands. I actually pull the cable for networking and cabling and stuff like that. So I actually do have to do things hands-on. But when I get home, there's not better than to just put my hand on, like, wood, if you want to call it that, instead of having to put my hands on cable. So however you want to take that, I mean, I like building things.
So bad.
Yeah, I know. What's even better is when I'm at a job site and I'm like, can you guys help me carry my wood to my car? And they're like, what? Yeah, they gave me free wood, so we got to take this to my car so I can take it home. But I agree. There's nothing better than going to my shop. And like I said, my dad and I, we used to build things growing up, and taking something that looks ugly or something that people would throw away and making something beautiful out of it, there's nothing better than that to me. So there's not more relaxing too.
Yeah.
What about you, Sean? How'd you get into woodworking?
Well, I've been in, I guess, woodworking, not woodworking, but just overall just building things, and just, I got my first hammer hanging in the shop that my great-grandmother as a little kid, and I've held on to it all this time. I've always enjoyed doing things with my hands, but actually woodworking and having a shop and tools and that kind of thing, it's been, I guess, 2010 is when I actually started, getting into it. My first son was born in 2010, so he would, follow me around, do the things that I do, and it was more of a, I want to pass something along to him. And now I've got 3 kids, 3 boys, and it's just, I didn't have the woodworking in my around me growing up, so it just, something about doing something with your hands, making something with your hands, and then you have something to show for it. It's just satisfying, and I want my kids to grow up in that environment, just have something they can put their hands on, and just something they can carry with them as they get older. So that was really my main motive in just getting into woodworking. And once I started, it was just a snowball from there. It's just, I can't get out of it, it's just addicting. I love doing shop projects. I like reclaim projects. It's just a lot of fun, and getting them involved is even more fun. So that's my story.
You sticking to it?
Sticking to it.
Good.
You mentioned, Steve, you mentioned equipment. I think that's one of the things we were going to talk about too. When I started thinking about starting this channel, I kind of confiscated my wife's camera. So I bought her this DSLR camera. It's a Canon T3i, Canon Rebel T3i, and she rarely sees it now because it pretty much stays out here in the shop. But I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of the type of person that whenever I do something, I like to do it to the best of my ability, and I guess I'm kind of a perfectionist, which some might consider that a flaw, but I always want to try to do the best job I can do. And so when it comes to video, I've looked at a lot of videos on YouTube, and that was always one thing that stood out to me was the quality of the video. I wanted to make sure if I'm going to make a video, I want the picture quality to be as good as it could be. So when I set up my new shop, I tried to put as much lighting as I could in here to make sure it was well lit. And fortunately, she's been letting me use her camera, so
Yeah, I gotta be honest.
appreciate that feedback.
I'm starting to look into another camera, but every video I've made has been on my iPhone and GoPro. And yeah, so I mean,
Galaxy.
Yeah, my videos are on my Note 4.
Yeah,
I've
mine's
done,
been on my
I did 35 videos on my iPad.
wow.
Cell phone.
So basically what you're saying is if anybody wants to really start out a video, it's okay to start out with your phone. If need be.
Use what you got.
I made 61 videos with my phone.
You know, I do remember watching a James Bay video where he... Actually, I think it might have been where he was doing a podcast, and they said something about feel free to start with your phone. I mean, that's where it begins.
Yeah.
So,
and it really, a lot of these iPhones now, I mean, they're better quality than some of the cameras.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, when I started making videos, I think 4 years ago, I think I still had a flip phone that I don't even, I think it took pictures, but.
Show them your full-size VHS camcorder.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got.
Nick, is that how you started?
Yeah.
Jimmy and Nick, is that how you guys started with the VHS?
I actually got started with a most of the very first videos I did, actually the first like 70 videos I did was with a flip camera. Remember the flip cams?
Flip, yeah, the flip.
It's just kind of like the shape of an old phone with a thing in it. And the reason I liked it is because it was super easy. And but I started craving selective focus, and that's why from there one day I was talking to Dave Petruto and I said, I want to get a digital SLR camera. He goes, well, I'm selling mine if you want to buy it. And I was like, okay, deal. And like it took, as long as I just made that description, as long as it took me to jump on his. And I took his whole kit, and that's the one I've been using ever since. Digital SLR, Nikon D7100.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, it's I love it.
One
And
of the market for the camera is the sound quality.
the sound quality is, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm always just looking for background sounds, and because I'm always speeding it up, but so I don't have an extra microphone or anything, just whatever it picks up. But I've also used the GoPro quite a bit, and then I started using the Canon Mini X. I forget what it's called. Canon Vixia Mini X. That's what they sent me one to play with, and I beat the hell out of it. And then one day they're like, "Hey, can you send that camera back?" I'm like, "Oh, I thought it was mine to keep." Like, all over it. It was horrible. I had no idea they wanted it back. And they said it was a prototype. I was like, well, I didn't really believe it was a total production camera, but they said I don't know. Anyway, I gave it back to them, and I ended up going out and buying the new version, the one that was like a little beefier. And I still have two of them, and I use those quite a bit too. But most of the time, it's the digital SLR now. So
That's what I use
Yeah, I
it.
use my.
Jimmy used the
I use
session.
my
yeah, I got the Session too. I like the Session quite a bit. I like the Session because it's got great sound and it's got great color. I mean, obviously the only pain in the butt is having to deal with the phone to delete media and stuff, but I don't mind it at all. I really like the Session. I have 3 of them.
I shoot with a DSLR too. I like that shallow depth of field to where maybe like the blade is in focus and then behind it is a little bit not in focus.
Yeah.
I focused a lot on audio. I shoot any dialogue with a shotgun microphone and it's just right out of frame, and that goes to a field recorder Tascam DR40, I think it is, and yeah.
High tech, Nick. You're high tech.
Some high tech stuff, yeah.
That's the one thing I've been told is I need to look more into the mic for what I want to do. So.
Just happen to have this right here.
Oh yeah.
I have two
Gotcha.
lenses, one that goes to 50 and then a 20, and I'm always making sure I know which one I got. So.
Well
What's
labeled.
the difference between the 50 and the 20?
This zooms up to, this is like a 50 to 70, and then the other one goes to 300, so I can get super close to like the blade and stuff.
Oh wow.
So
Nice.
it's just a longer lens. It's almost the same size, and I always confuse them. That's why I have that written on that one.
Yeah.
And so I'm always just switching between these two lenses. That's it.
So one's for close, one's for far range.
Yeah, one's for like medium, and I think what I really need next is a really wide angle, so I can get like if I want to get a whole scene. But lately I've been using the GoPro for that.
Yeah.
What do you think about the 360 videos?
You know, everyone keeps talking to me, and Tel is my girlfriend's uncle works for Samsung, and he said he was going to give me the new 360 camera, but I just don't know if it's for me because people are going to be looking at everything that I don't want them to look at.
Right.
Honestly, I don't know if I like it or not because you have to. It's so flaky when you're trying to move around on the screen. I've watched a couple of videos and I just don't care for it as far as being on this end.
Yeah.
Dude, try watching on your phone, man. You gotta spin around in a circle.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
get dizzy.
they're good for one thing, you know, selling real estate, and that's, I think, the only thing it's good for. You know, doing a shop tour or something, everyone's going to start, you know, busting my onions about things that are, you know, not organized well, and so
I like
there's,
the
there's a reason it's called editing, because focus, put a porthole on exactly what you want people to see.
Right.
Exactly.
I get kind of annoyed because I want to look at what you want me to look at. I don't want to look at the floor or the wall.
Yeah.
I don't want to have
a good
to
application maybe for like you know, crowds or you know if you're in a nudist camp or something, but
even then I just want to look
workshop
at what
video.
you want me to look at. Nothing.
Not in a
I'd have
workshop video.
I would have to clean up all the way around, not just behind
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yep. That's exactly.
I think Nick needs a 360 camera so everyone can see how professionally outfitted his shop is.
Let me give a backstory on that. There was a comment about like, oh, I could build that if I had a professionally outfitted shop. Like, yeah, there's a reason I zoom in. This is like an absolute style. And it's taken me 20 years to accumulate the small amount of tools I have. So, no, you're never going to see me do 360. But Jim Bashirs wants to know, did Taylor ever start her YouTube channel?
Not yet, but she keeps talking about it. She's a little camera shy, so I have a video of her doing a chair. I have to get back to jumping in and fixing it up a little bit, but she's just a little scattered, and it's hard for her to focus. But she's got a couple chairs coming up, and I'm probably going to make a good concentrated effort to make a video of one of these processes. But she's doing good. She just got featured in. Who the hell's giggling? Is somebody in a tickle chair?
Nah, it's probably my cat.
Your cat laughs like that?
He's meowing. He wants attention.
Oh.
If that's your cat, you gotta put a top hat and a cane on him and bring him to the circus, dude.
I thought it was a crazy lady laughing too.
Yeah.
I thought it was your wife laughing.
No, I closed the door. This is the cat that's doing that.
I pictured somebody's feet getting tickled with a feather. That's all I kept picturing.
You need to put that on YouTube.
Yeah, I need to put her. She won't
People
come
love
out.
Laughing cat, man.
Yeah.
Go viral.
It's not like a hyena.
Thanks, Don.
So somebody was talking about microphone. I think it was you, Nick. You know, I kind of struggle with that. Like, how important really is it? Because I watch Tyler G, the DIY Tyler, you know, in a lot of his videos, and he opens up and says, you know, he doesn't use a mic. He uses just a stock mic on the camera. A lot of times it's away from the shot, and you know, and I still continue to watch a lot of his videos. So I'm kind of struggling with that myself.
I mean, it's you know, it depends on how picky you want to be about it, but I mean, I got a background in theater stuff where, you know, acoustics are important for rooms. And I took a class by Larry Jordan, and he goes into depth about every, you know, bit of sound, whether it's recording, capturing, manipulating, what, you know, the sound waves and the, you know, it gets real technical, but I think it's important because I'm a firm believer of we have radio and podcasts, which is audio only, and people are entertained by that, and that's where they get, you know, information. But we don't have TV without video. So it's, you know, they've done studies to say people will put up with low definition, high audio more than they will with crappy audio, high definition. So.
What? I hear the cat giggling again. I want to see this cat. I want to see this cat giggle.
Don't chase him out of the room. Put him on film.
Is it Spike?
Spike is dead asleep on my bed.
Hey, Patrick, how's your dog doing?
Oh, man, she's doing fantastic.
That's good, dude.
Yeah, she's doing great. I'd go get her right now, but she's laying on the couch relaxing.
Hey, look at there. Patrick's in the club. You got the banner.
Oh, little. I got more icons, but they're not popping up on this Hangout tonight.
How come your logo's backwards on the screen?
I think we're all backwards.
Patrick's the only one that's forwards.
Mine in the right spot? Can't see.
Yeah, it's backwards.
That's the Australian Diresta logo.
Upside down and backwards.
Good night, Mike.
It's a
Jimmy,
piece of
you
mail.
tell me to remind you about the mallet, so every time I see you or I'm, you know,
Now I know where it is.
I'm always going to say, don't forget it.
It's got a nice chunk of lead in it too, and man, you can really bitch slap somebody with that thing. It's got like a 1 pound piece of lead in it.
Damn.
Nice.
We actually had a couple other newbies, like some of us that were supposed to be in on this hangout. I don't know if we got invites out to them, or I know we had kind of a rough start.
send
But
them out.
There was Dawn and Dylan.
Well, you can only get 10 people in a room, you guys.
Hey, I'll drop off if you've got somebody who wants to come in.
I don't know how many we got in. How many do we have in
We
here?
have 10.
Yeah,
we
we're
got
full
10
up.
in here now.
Full boat.
Who's that? Whose wife is in the room?
That's my wife. Sorry.
That's the talking cat.
That's that laughing
That's the
cat
laughing
again.
cat.
Bring her over a little farther.
Is that Mrs. Kapotsy?
What?
That's Mrs.
Julian.
530.
Oh.
Tell her to say water.
No, I'm out here by myself. So I know Steve and Sean and Nick and Jimmy are all going to be in Atlanta. What about the rest of the guys on the panel? Anybody else going to make it to Atlanta?
I don't know.
Not me.
It's like a 19-hour drive for me.
Yeah,
that's not
22
bad.
hours.
Mandate.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
it's just
When is it again? In April?
It's April 1st through the 3rd.
Well, April 1st to the 3rd?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe a last minute.
Is that the cat talking in the background?
Yeah, it's a cat dog. It's a big pussy talking in the
Julian, man,
background.
you gotta mute that.
That cat knows
Put
how
a
to curse.
muzzle on that cat.
Cat-
Put a muzzle on that cat.
I heard the cat drop the F-bomb just now.
Yeah.
Easy. It's a family show here.
Wait, the cat giggled just like the other one.
Yeah. Take it later.
Well, this is why I don't have cats. It's much quieter at my house.
I'll let you
See,
get the crafty date.
I got a
See,
snake.
Jim Bashirs is asking who's going to Cincinnati. Is there a woodworking show up in Cincinnati?
WIA is in Cincinnati / Stockton in September.
That's not bad. That's like 4 hours. 6 hours.
And
I
Tim
know.
Babb says he's going to be at both of those.
Oh, okay. I know Cremona and Spagnolo are going. I don't know about anyone else. I know I've heard a lot of people are going, but I probably won't make it.
I might. It's up in the air.
When is that, Nick?
September.
September.
Don't
Okay.
quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
Nick, you're going to Atlanta, right?
I'm going to Atlanta. Yep.
Yeah, we're all staying at Steve's house.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's a 20-minute drive for me.
Ken just asked, when is there a DC show?
If I leave from work, it's a 10-minute drive.
Hey, Jimmy, is David coming?
Yeah, he's going to be in Atlanta.
Cool.
He's looking forward to it. We're going to be driving from New York because I got class that day, that Friday, so we're probably going to be hitting town like early the next morning.
Jay and I is coming, are leaving Thursday. We'll be there Thursday night.
Oh, cool. Yeah, like I said, unless things change, I'm going to be there probably Saturday morning. And if I can bail out of class somehow without getting in trouble, I'll come earlier.
Patrick, Rocky said he's going to be trying to make your scoops.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You have one to show, Patrick? I don't know what he's talking about.
I have one, if he doesn't.
Oh, the bandsaw scoops.
The scoop.
I made one last year.
Here, I made this last night, my mallet.
The bandsaw scoop.
Starts out as like a blank, you cut a horseshoe shape in it, and then you just refine it on the belt.
Steve Carmichael made an ice cream scoop.
I did.
Here's the one I made for the video.
What were your intentions
cool.
with that? What are you scooping, dog food?
Whatever. I was gonna do it with sugar or something else, and then Nick sent me one he made. I was gonna give it to my dog to play with, but haven't got around to it.
He's going to pick up his poop with it.
I figured being he was the inventor of the bandsaw scoop, I had to send him one. So.
I would need a
In
way
respects.
larger one for
In respects.
It reminds me of those scoops you see they used to have in the store where you can buy candy by the pound or whatever.
Yeah.
Scoop the candy into bags.
You guys have any Safeways near you?
Not here in Atlanta.
They got big barrels of candy and cereal and flour and sugar that they have a scoop like that.
Like I made this one, and it was just a funky shape by the time I was done, but whatever.
Looks like a chair.
Yeah.
Looks like
my kids just the chair from G.I. Joe's. I like this one a lot better.
a little Barbie chair.
Yeah. If you guys if you've never done one of these scoops, try it. Like you start out with like a blank like this, and then a horseshoe shaped like deal, and glue it together. It's pretty cool.
Like, what do you do? Like a bandsaw box almost? Yeah,
you're kind of you're limited in the length of your scoop, the restock capacity, but you just make a cut like that, and then you just glue it together so that you have like the scoop portion and the handle portion.
Yeah.
You can refine it from there on either bandsaw, scroll saw, belt sander, whatever.
My buddy Jay Bates made a video about it too, so don't go watch his. I mean.
We give Patrick crap pretty often because people will be like, "Oh, I love those Jay Bates scoops."
Yeah.
But,
whatever. Once you build something and then like somebody with like 500,000 subscribers built it, they don't know who you are anymore, Like I'm sure if Jimmy built one tomorrow, it'd be the Jimmy Diresta scoop.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Patrick,
It would be the Diresta scoop.
Patrick
have a
invented the traffic cone dust collector cyclone thing separator.
Mm. Yeah, it works.
He's the reason I had a traffic cone in my shop for like 2 years and didn't do anything with it.
Well, I had 10 at one time, but I got rid of all the street cones. I didn't need them anymore. And then people keep asking me, where do you get them from? Like, they're on Amazon for $28.
Or you just kind of
Street.
over the side of the road. But
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how adventurous you are, I guess.
You guys ever take a street cone and bring it into a pool and you jam it into the water and it shoots out?
yeah.
You guys ever do that?
no, but I'll try that this summer.
Yeah.
I've used it for another purpose than that.
Yeah, get a street cone and you bring it into like a lake or a pool and you like push it down into the water and the water funnels out of the tip and it makes like a rocket. It's pretty cool to play with.
But
Well, now I have to do it.
Some of those mini cones.
I would like to hear the backstory about this upon discovery where you were in a pool with a street ball.
I learned it from a friend who discovered it just playing in a lake.
You knew a guy, Jimmy. You knew a guy.
Yeah.
And he sprayed me in the face with it. That's how I knew.
It was the flotation device.
Hey, Jimmy, Donnie Carter says he'll bring a few cones to Atlanta.
Okay, I'll bring my bathing suit.
Does be a small pool.
Does the hotel have a pool, Steve? I can't remember.
I think
It works
so.
with a little one too. Like if you make a little tiny cone, like in plastic, and you stick it in water, and be careful, it'll squirt right in the eye.
My neighborhood has a pool. I don't know if the cover will be off it by then. Probably not.
That's it. We're going to Steve's house in the
If you
Crashers
stick it in
neighborhood.
ice, it'll shoot little ice cubes in your face.
Steve, if I remember right, Steve, there's a huge pool right before you go into your neighborhood.
Yeah, it's in one of my videos. I actually, somebody sent me some fishing lures with my logo on it. So I did a video where I went up to the swimming pool and was fishing in the pool on a Sunday morning with nobody else there. But people were driving to church, passing by the pool, and there I was with a fishing pole, fishing in the pool and trying out the lures.
Who let the crazy guy out?
Yeah.
I just all assumed he was drunk.
But I have that video somewhere if you want to go watch it. I can't even remember what the project was.
Someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what you made on that video either.
Hey, Mike, I've got a question for you, Mike.
All right, go ahead.
I see you get your all your branding together, and I like the way it's come together. With the orange and the blue, and you got your shirts and on your TV. I want to know, what are your intentions with this YouTube thing? Is this a hobby for you, or where do you want to take it?
No, it's strictly a hobby. I absolutely love woodworking, and I've a lot of people have asked me over the years, why don't I do this full time? I love my day job. Woodworking is something I enjoy doing for myself. Mostly, like I said earlier, I build furniture for my family. I've built just about every bit of furniture in our house, and I'm doing this YouTube thing really just to be a part of this awesome community. I've learned so much from so many people on YouTube, and I just wanted to be able to be a part of it and give something back. I don't claim to be anything more than what you see as far as a woodworker. I'm still learning. We learn every day, but I don't. I'd like to see it grow, mainly just to reach a larger audience. But I don't expect this to be anything more than just doing something to have fun.
You've done a good job.
Can you actually make decent money doing YouTube videos? I guess it'd be for Jimmy.
You can.
Or whoever.
Yeah, I've done pretty good. I mean, I've had a couple of really big months where I made several $1,000s. But it all depends if you have a good video. Like if you put out a video that performs well. I've had a couple of videos go to like 1 million kind of quickly. At the moment, I have about I think I have about my 5th video just about to go to 1 million. That damn cat asking me questions.
Yeah, that's Ash. That is Ash. That's cat, not the wife.
That cat trolling me. You say no when I have.
It only meows when you're talking, Jim.
Yeah.
Jimmy likes cats. What can you say?
So you gotta be in like the 1 million views to make any kind of money.
Yeah, I mean, I can make. On average now, I make at least a few $1,000s a month. Anywhere between like $25 and like $3,000 a month is like pretty average. And then, like I said, there's been a couple months where I've made like twice and 3 times that amount. But it depends if I have like a 1 million view video or not. In that month. But that's
Now, how do you get paid? Do they like send you a check or?
Yeah, there's a couple ways when you start accumulating some money. If you monetize your videos. AdSense will say we have money for you. You got to become a Google partner there, Figure it's a little. I mean, I've been doing it, and I still like. I learn from Bob and Dave all the time. You know, I feel like the grandfather that's like learning how to use email. Every time I talk to those guys, they're like, "Oh, well, of course you got to do this. You got to like opt out of red or whatever." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "I'm always afraid I'm going to lose my whole channel." They're like, "Oh, you didn't know? You got to add the option, page 5." I'm like, "How the hell do you guys know? I never know anything."
Yeah.
But you just look for Google AdSense and sign into Google AdSense, and even if you're only making $10 a month, it'll go to a direct deposit of wherever you tell it to go.
That will roll
I think
over
I'm up
month
to
to
about
month.
$35.
Yeah, well, you know what you do? Yeah, you put a cap on it. It says if you don't make more than $100 in a cycle, it'll just keep adding up until you make $100, and then they'll make a deposit for you.
Okay.
It'll be a direct deposit, and then whatever is there, they'll give you. When you look in your analytics and you see, it seems to be, and I could be wrong. As I recall, I mean, I remember looking and it would say like I made $10. So what I'm saying is like even if you have like very low views and you're a brand new channel, it will still register that you have like $5 or $10 coming to you.
Yeah, I got 69 cents today.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it definitely will.
Yeah, some page said.
So you could just keep on banking that for like a year or so and then cash in on it?
Yeah, I mean, now after 5 years, like I said, I can guarantee at least $25,000 to $3,000 a month. That's like my low now.
What about taxes?
Yeah.
You get an AdSense like $10.99, and you just add it to your mix.
Nice. Cool.
What's the biggest video you've put out so far? Like, what's the one that most people have the biggest likes or views to it?
Right now, my AK-47 guitar is close to 4 million views.
Which I showed a buddy of mine that the other day. Is his first video of you ever.
Cool.
Amazed by it.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna look right now. It's about to break 4 million any minute. Maybe it already has. I don't know. Let's see.
Let's all
4
go
million.
watch it right
Yep,
now.
it's 4,016,000 views.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
4 million.
Wow.
So that's my most viewed video. And
Joe, I think I read somewhere. Sorry, Jimmy, I didn't mean to cut you
go
off.
for it. No problem. Bragging anyway.
I think that I heard that if you average 2 million views a month, which is a lot, you can earn about $60,000 a year
Okay.
through AdSense.
I'm averaging
So you need
40. I'm averaging 4 million views a month. So I guess I'm making 60 grand a year. I didn't know that.
So don't listen to anything I say about YouTube and AdSense. I know nothing. I'm up to about $34, $35.
Yeah. No, but like I said, it depends. Because one month I'll have like a really good month, and I'll be like, damn, that's it. I'm making $4 grand a month forever. And then the next month it's $2 grand. So it all depends on like the views and the press you get. Like I was mentioned on a couple of blogs and websites for the fireman facts, and that went to 1 million views in a couple of days. And so that was the month I did a lot. I did really well.
Yeah, that's a sweet video.
And I was like, man, I'm going to be making this every month. I can't believe it. I could retire. And then the next month it was like a fraction of that because it's just it's the ebb and flow of the internet. And of course once you have a big catalog like I'm accumulating, like a video you forgot you made shows up on some guy's blog, some popular blogger in a different country, and then all of a sudden you start getting links and clicks and likes and comments in a foreign language, and you got to like. The cat likes the answer too, and
That's the wife. That's the wife. You know what? Maybe I need to make her part of my YouTube videos.
Is the cat tickling her feet? What the hell is going on?
Now, what about sponsors? Do you do any sponsors or no?
Oh yeah, sure I do. I'm very picky. If you see anybody doing a sponsorship, it's already come to me, and my number one thing is I'm not going to read a script. And they're like, well, we want you to read a script. I was like, well, that's it. Forget it then. And unless of course the money is like undeniable, but it's always like a few $1,000s, and we want you to read a script. And I'm like, give me $10,000, and I'm not going to read a script. And they're like, you're fucking crazy. We still want you to read a script. And I say, forget it. And that's pretty much how all my negotiations go. And so that's why I don't do a lot of videos with
sponsor.
with sponsors.
So you don't
But
sleep
then,
on a Casper mattress.
So they'll actually pay you to give a false review on something?
I don't do any reviews. I won't say
even
anything.
if you don't like it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I won't. Yeah. Basically, my theory is if it's in my video, I actually personally like it, and that's really the way I feel about it.
And I think that's what most of us like about that is that you're true to what you
keep it real.
Up to. Yeah, basically keep it real.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
I'm negotiating with Casper right now. I might actually end up doing a Casper video, but like I said, it's going to be a little untraditional.
Do they make cat-sized beds for Spike?
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's part of it.
There you go.
I'm going to do two. The concept is I might do 2 beds, one for me and one for a pet, and that's it might be a co-sponsor thing. But we'll see. My buddy's putting this deal together for us.
Jimmy, on months when you get more hits on your YouTube, are you getting more offers from like the things that you do on this outside of YouTube? Do you get more, or is that just a steady flow of companies?
No, not really. Like I have my steady clients that know and like me from what I do, and a lot of people know that if they ask me to do something, I might make a video of the product. So, a lot of my liquor clients are asking me to do stuff, and they know that they might get a video out of it too. So, they know that's, and it's not most of the time it's not really the sell point. I just need a video to supply to my channel, and if they're okay with it, I'll put up their brand. I get paid pretty well for whatever it is I'm building, if it's a bar or something. So for me, the videos are just cherry on top, and I'll make some AdSense money off it in time. But occasionally, people want me to make the video for the product. So they'll hire me to make a product knowing that I'll make the video, and that was what their goal was. But I don't care. Like I said, at the end of the day, I get paid one way or another, whether it's the video or the product. So, I want to just continue to keep creating content. So,
right.
Sometimes you'll get offers. Companies will want to send you something for free just to use it.
Yeah.
Recently, I had this mask company contact me, and I just got tired of using those white paper masks with the elastic bands that always break. And I was like, sure, I'll try it. And I actually like it, so I've been using it. And,
it works good?
Yeah, just by wearing it in my videos, people are asking about it. So
yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Which mask is it?
It's from rzmask.com, and I was like, would you at least give me a coupon code that I could give to my viewers in case anybody asks about it? So they did that. So, and but
is
yeah,
the whole thing a filter, Steve? The whole mask is the whole thing a filter? Or is it right here in front of you?
It's got the paper filter replaceable inside.
Okay.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Steve,
the places call you. You don't call the places, right?
Well, personally.
Go ahead, Steve. I'm sorry.
Okay. For me personally, I do this as a hobby, and I haven't actually gone out and sought sponsorships or anything. So for this company and others, they just emailed me out of the blue. So
that's cool.
But I know some people do. There's like agencies you can get to help you find brand deals and that kind of stuff. And Jimmy or Nick could probably add some more to that as far as seeking sponsors, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it's tough. Me and Bob talk about it on the podcast, and Dave, you got to really kind of wait for them to reach out to you, because if you reach out to them, they'll basically say, "Oh, we'll give you a box of free nails and a hammer. Make us a video about this." Thirsty to do anything, and that's okay. I mean, when people offered me to do anything in the beginning, I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it," because I just want to be able to like build up. Like my first big video was like the Walt video that I did. And the reason I got upset with them is that we had planned on doing a bunch of videos, and after I did that, without explanation, they just stopped talking to me. And so the next couple of weeks after that, I just started painting my tools white, because I didn't want people to think that like they owned me when I did one video that owned the Walt tools. And in fact, I bought all those tools. They only gave me 1 or 2 of those tools. So you got to be careful too. These videos live on forever, and so you got to really feel well compensated, and you got to You know, like I would hate to take that video down. It's, you know, a couple 100,000 hits right now, and it's the highest rated hit video on their channel, on DeWalt's channel, that I made. And so it looks good for me ultimately, but I'm annoyed about, you know, it left a bad taste in my mouth. I got underpaid for a video because I was going to do 10 videos in a row, and I did one, and then they never spoke to me again, and I never really understood why. I hope they're regretting that decision right now, but so when it comes to the big branded tool companies, I kind of stay away from them. You know, I'm obviously developing a relationship with Lincoln right now. I bought some of their units, and they liked what I was doing, and then they contacted me, and that's what led to the commercial that was out today. But you know, it's hard to reach out to a company specifically. You got to kind of wait for them, more or less. You know. But and it also depends also, you know, on your view count, how much you can ask. Like, you know, there's people asking me and Dave the same question, but because Dave's at like 40,000 subs and I'm at 500,000, you know, I'm dealing in a different category, and they know that going in. It's not even like I have to say it. You know, they know it. So.
Right.
Yeah, one thing for me, I'd entered a lot of contests in the beginning, so that really gave my channel a boost. You know, every time I was in a contest, and a lot of these companies, they provide prizes, you know, for the contest, like Craig and Rockler and all of them. So for me, you know, it was kind of a trade-off. You know, I've done a couple of things for Rockler, used a couple of their products, and you know, because it's like a two-way street for me. You know, they provide prizes for contests and support the community, so I like to do some things here and there to support the companies back. You know. But then again, in my situation, I'm not doing this for a living. So
Full time, right?
Yeah, right.
Like one hand washes the other kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Jerry asked about that mask that you showed. He asked if it gets hot wearing that on your face.
No. It's pretty. It's, you know, pretty breathable. It's, you know, it's mesh basically. It's about like wearing a paper mask, but it's just it's more secure, and you don't have the little elastic bands breaking all the time.
Your glasses fog up?
They have different filters for, you know, whether you're say sanding or painting.
Yeah, their website, they've got all different styles and different filters and HEPA filters and stuff like that. I didn't really get that deep into it. But
I wear the 3M quick release mask. You can just kind of change the filters out depending on what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I've got a respirator that I use for some things. But this is great for just sawdust kind of stuff.
Have any of you wore a full-on gas mask?
Patrick.
It protects your eyes and your mouth, you know.
You know, Patrick, we laugh, but there's a fellow that I follow. His name is Chris. He's got the Fast Easy Tool channel, and he always wears that full face mask. And I think, you know, a lot of people look at that and think, oh, he's crazy, but he did a little post here recently about, you know, just the minute particles of dust that we're all breathing in, how bad it is for your health. And you know, my dad rarely wore a respirator. I would see him wear it whenever he was doing something really heavy, but a lot of times he didn't. And sometimes I don't think about it. And I know I should probably give it more thought, but we're breathing in a lot of really bad stuff. Of course, something's gonna kill us, but
the only time I wear my respirator is either when I'm sanding or using the lathe. And other than that, that's why I went through the trouble of just piping out my whole shop with, you know, for dust collection. And then Jay and I did that collab on the air cleaner, the shop cleaner. And I tell you that the shop air cleaner was a very good project. I mean, I've been using that since we did the video, and I can tell the difference big time.
It's quiet too.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say the only time you use your mask is when you're smoking.
I don't smoke.
So, what are you guys doing in your shops right now? Eric, what do you got going on in your shop?
Right now I'm building 10 of those Texas signs, those pilot signs. That's out right now. And then right when I get done with those, I'm gonna build kitchen farmhouse style tables. And hopefully try to get a video on either one of those. I'm doing it. I was about to have a video on the pallet sign, but my in-laws for my wife's dad's birthday, but showed her mom, and she wanted the BU sign to be bigger, so I'm having to redo that. So hunger on that video.
What about you, Nick?
Me, Nick?
Yeah.
Not the Ferry Nick?
Mazzeo.
I'm working on a little garbage cabinet thing. I got it right there. And
Nice.
that's going to be a video, and then I'm working on that birdhouse I built for my wife's grandmother. She loves red birds. And
That's nice as well.
yeah, and just working on getting those videos out. And man, it gets stressful when you're going like a week, 2 weeks without posting a video. I get all stressed out.
Wait till you have 500,000 people asking you where your video is. Did you quit? Are you dead?
That's why I never ask anyone, because I'm just like, man, I get it. Even before I was making videos, I get it.
Yeah,
Life
no.
happens.
Like, have you given up? Is everything all right? Did you stop making videos?
Man, that's just a compliment. We just cannot wait for a new video.
No, I know. They always have like 1 or 2 videos that just need like 2 more scenes in it, and they're always just like half baked. Always.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool though. I took time off in January for some family stuff, and after about 3 weeks, you do start getting people asking you. It's kind of neat that they notice that you haven't done anything. They're checking up on you, you know. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I took quite a few months off last year, and I got probably 30 or 40 emails, people asking me if I was still alive. So
I was one of them.
yeah,
A couple
yeah,
of times.
I know
Where
you
you at, Pat? Where you at, Pat?
Yeah, it was a busy year last year, but this year, ooh, it's on.
You know, I mean, it just reminded me of a sad story, sad but true. A YouTuber started liking me, and his name escapes me right now, but I know I have an email between him and his sister. He was such a nice guy. He made me a couple things and actually did a video of them and sent them to me. And I got an email one morning from his sister. She said that he had died in a train accident. He had gotten hit and killed by a train, and from Chicago. And he only had a few videos up. And he was a big fan of mine personally, and she said she was going through his emails, and she saw that we were talking, and that she wanted to let me know that he passed away. It was really, really tragic. Sweet guy. And he still pops up in my feed every once in a while, but you know, the last video he made was probably a month or 2 before he died. So it's sad. It happens. You know,
Life's short.
Yeah, I got a message from somebody who was he was making the pocket hole lamp. He was making 2 of them for his daughter, and he asked me questions. We went back and forth about it, and then it turned out we were friends on Facebook, and I saw that he had passed away, and I knew those lamps were unfinished, so I sent them a message saying, you know, if you'd like me to finish them for you, to let me know, and I haven't heard back yet, but
that's sweet.
Yeah, stuff like that happens, you know, and it makes me wonder what's going to happen to all these videos when we're no longer around. It's kind of a weird thought, but you know, I guess they would just stay on YouTube until.
Does YouTube delete inactive channels or what?
I don't know.
No,
I
you
haven't really
can
thought
actually
about it.
You can will your channel, from what I've heard.
Wow.
No, you can.
You can will your channel?
Yeah, because that was brought up with PewDiePie, and I mean his channel makes like $500,000 a month, so they were wondering, the family entrusts it and they own the content afterwards.
Jeez.
Okay.
That's crazy. There's some kind of weird calculation.
Yeah, he's got like 40 million subscribers too, doesn't he? Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
There's some kind of weird calculation that says that in so many years, in like 20 years, there's going to be some odd millions of dead Facebook accounts. You know, people have passed away, YouTube accounts, and all that stuff. Everything online is just pretty much forever. They don't delete that stuff.
Yeah.
It's in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of good in a way. You know, you can go back and look at some people's what they created, especially creators.
Hey, we had Ken Gary with Kagedcreations join us. Hey, Ken, you want to tell us a little bit about your background, how you got into woodworking, real quick?
Yeah, that's cool. How you doing, Mike, and everyone else?
Hey, buddy.
So I started getting into making stuff when my daughter was born 3 years ago. I started out doing aluminum casting, but after she started walking around and stuff, I'm like, I can't be burning this crap all the time. She's gonna burn herself. So I started making pens and ended up with a table saw, ended up with a scroll saw, and kind of went from there. And next step is a bandsaw. So. But I'm just getting in, still learning a lot. I've been seriously doing woodworking for about a year, but playing with it for about 2 or 3.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
What have you got going on in your shop right now, Ken? Anything?
Yeah, so I just cut down a bunch of red cedar from my in-laws' place. It's been dead for probably 2 years, but because of cedar, it's not rotted at all. And I'm going to probably use that for Dominic's tree challenge. And I got the carving disc for the angle grinder. I'm going to try to do something with that.
Cool.
Good deal.
Hey, Steve, I got to say that soft squat, that thing turned out awesome.
That thing was awesome. I love that.
Cool.
That was fun to make. Yeah, I made that for our club's birdhouse contest. I love doing contests. It challenges you to come up with something different that people haven't seen before. You know.
You gonna bring that to Atlanta, Steve?
Yeah. I'll have our woodworking club actually will have a booth as well. So stop by there, and I'll have a bunch of my stuff on display. So, yeah.
Maybe you can
like
trade it in for a real one, Steve.
The king at. Yeah, Steve, you're like the king at Birdhouse.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. It's fun to do.
I know, Steve, thinking about some of your projects when I was there. The whirly gig, I heard Jimmy was talking about his whirly gig that he made, but the Kiss whirly gig that you made, is it whirly gig, whirly jig? What is it called?
Whirly gig?
Gig? Okay. Yeah, that Kiss whirly gig is awesome.
Well, thanks, Sean. That really started my YouTube channel pretty much. Laney and Steve Ramsey were doing the Whirly Gig Wars the first year, and I decided at the last minute, with like 2 days before the deadline, to knock that out and submit it, and I ended up winning. So, but that was really my first YouTube video thing, and got a lot of attention. It really made me want to do more, so I just kept going.
Jimmy, did you finish yours? I heard you talking about it on the podcast.
Oh yeah. Mine was on Make channel. I put it up last Thursday. That was a one-day build for me because it was. What always happens with my Make videos is I get jammed up with time, and so I give myself 1 or 2 days before the delivery due date to make those, and I made that one just the day before. It was a lot of fun. The reason I chose to make it a metal is because I knew that, partly because it was different, but partly because it was going to be quick.
Yeah.
Like Dave once said, the glue dries really fast when you weld stuff.
Instantly. Was those numbers for your address or something?
Yeah, that was the address to my upstate home. I thought I would put it in front lawn, but I'm sure it's going to get either snatched or taken because of the noise.
Weld it down.
Yeah, if you've never made a whirly gig, I really suggest you try it because it's a different kind of challenge. you're trying to make these movements happen with wood or metal or whatever, and
Fun.
it doesn't always work out the way you plan it, and you have to adjust, you know.
The whole time I was making my thing, I was like, this is never going to work. This is never going to work. And it didn't start with the fan initially, but then once I started it, let the fan get it going, I let it break in for about an hour. And then in the video where you see me turn the fan on and it starts, it's the first time it started on its own. So with a little bit of break-in time, it's actually, the fan really works.
Yeah, I've learned the bigger the fan is, the more easier it starts.
Yeah.
So the wind is probably
Patrick's the king of the giant.
Yeah, I made a 52-inch fan for the one I made a few years ago. Won the challenge with. Had 10 blades on it.
Was there really a guy chopping wood like a real human?
Mine was a guy at the lathe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I made a little miniature lathe. He was turning a bolt.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. You check it out.
Post the link.
Okay.
Post the link. Let's see it.
All right, hold on.
Hey, Nick, while he's looking for that, did you ever finish that TV lift cabinet you were working on?
It is. It's done. I just got to edit the video.
Oh man.
You made a TV lift cabinet, did you?
Yeah. Like I said, I just got to finish editing it and all that good
See
stuff.
it. Make it lift.
Sweet.
Here. Yeah, I guess I
Yeah, that thing turned out awesome.
Let's see it. I want to see it. I got one of those mechanisms. I got mad at that woman. I told her to never email me again.
So yeah.
I think I just saw my.
Well, I like the seamless paper there, Nick. So
Sweet.
professional.
Yeah, it
I
looks
like
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just saw my sticker on Steve's rotating sticker bar.
Yeah, there's
I think it
Diresta
looks
right
like
there.
it looks like the cabinet's making a poop.
Need some kind of cinematic music playing as it lifts.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I guess we can go ahead and come to close to an ending. We've already been on here for a little while.
Any good questions from the audience?
Well, I think the funniest comment I saw was Donald Blogify. I hope I pronounced that right. He said if they pay him $2,000, a month, he would film all his videos in the nude. So
Let's not pay him then.
Somebody said they pay him not to do that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Freaking dodged a bullet there.
I don't know. You know, Kyle Toth he's got a calendar that is apparently selling out because I've seen it pop up everywhere. But hey, guys, just want to thank everyone for participating. I know Eric had a little technical difficulties there. Thank you, Nick, so much for helping out, getting things going.
Yeah, thank you, Nick.
We really appreciate it. We hope to get a little bit more educated on this process and maybe just do some more of these with some of the new up-and-comers, but we thought at least having a few well-known folks like Jimmy, Nick, and Steve, and Sean kind of help us kick it off, kind of be good to get the discussion going. And
sure, man.
But
I'm willing to
appreciate all the inspiration.
Appreciate the invite.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Personally, I'm looking forward to meeting all you guys in Atlanta. So.
Cool, man. It's going to be a good weekend, for sure.
We'll have to Periscope.
And Nick, tell everybody what else happens that weekend.
It's Jimmy's birthday, I believe, on Saturday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Are you having all the pilots coming in?
He's turning 29.
That's right. I'm going to be 29.
Fantastic.
Again.
You're 1 year older than I am.
Yeah. 29 years old. Can't believe how much time has gone by. God, I feel like I'm getting old.
Eric, appreciate you putting this thing together, and guys, thanks again. Appreciate everyone's participation. It's been fun.
Yeah,
Sure,
thank
guys.
you,
Yeah.
Nick, Sean, and Steve. Thank y'all a lot.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you guys so much.
Enjoyed
it.
it.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting.
I
I'll be sure and subscribe to all you guys.
I hope future.
Hey, Joe's basement. You gotta sign off with your your standard sign off there. You can wrap us up here.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. Alright, well, keep cutting, stay screwing, and have a good week. Jotooljunkie 555716. Burned out.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Get out of your shop and build something, everyone.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Later, guys.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Thank y'all.
Send me links. I'll join everybody. Send me links.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah. Put
guys.
links in the description.
Love you.
Eric, did you click on that button?
Jimmy, love you.
See y'all
Eric,
later.
did you click on that Hangout button?
Yeah. We're live.
It's still live, so.
Yeah. Kill the live link, Eric.
We're live.
Yeah.